For me, it was freedom. For me, it was having somewhere. I've tried to get my life sorted out in the past. I've never really had that space to get it worked out. There was a few hard challenges, like I was smoking then, so waiting for mail to get sent in to get smokes. The Christian side of it, I dug into it very deeply when I first come in, until I had a conversation with Flav. Sort of said, it's a God of your own understanding, so stop trying to look for what everyone else is finding. You seek what you're trying to find. Your God will find you. Take your time and be patient. So, but for me, it was just a loving community. People were on my side. I've always had my family loving me, but I think I've pushed them away over the years. So coming in here, just having those meals every day, the community base, and just being able to reset my life. It's just been an absolute blessing, really. So yeah.
Yeah. What led you to pick up the phone and call 180TC?
What led me to 180, I was homeless in Queensland, drinking all the time. My mum finally pretty much, she told me that she didn't want anything to do with me anymore. She pretty much cut me off. Phones were cut off, everything was cut off. So I got in contact with my brother, Andrew, and Steph, and his partner, and they said that, that my family was willing to help me. It was mainly just them two at the start. Mum financed it, but I think mum and dad had enough. But they said that they'll find me a rehab. There was some information coming up for some in Coss Harbour, a few other places, but I wanted to come closer to home, and then Steph told me that she found 180TC, so told me it was a Christian-based rehab, but for me it was mainly just coming in and trying to, I didn't think that I had that much to really work on. I think I just needed a bit of a break from the drinking, so that was my initial first, wanting to come here. A little bit to try and get my family back on the side as well. I've fought the fact that I've had a problem for a long time. I thought I was just having fun, but once you get to 41 years of age, you realise that there's only one way down, and that's in the grave. So it's where I didn't want to end up. So, and I was just killing myself, living on the streets, drinking every day. It just wasn't life. I knew I wanted more out of life, and I knew that I deserved more out of life. I just had to get rid of those couple of demons that were just hanging over me and making me live that path. So I think pride is a big thing too. So yeah.
When you've driven out, you made the phone call. You come, from as far as you've come from to arrive here at Yarramundi.
Yep.
When you first stepped out on Yarramundi soil, mate, what did you think of this place?
Oh man, what did I first think when I stepped out in Yarramundi soil? I was a bit nervous, but I think my intake sort of, I met Mitch, met Stewie. It was not completely strip you bare, but as in strip you bare of all your belongings, your phone over, your wallet over, you're getting breath tested, drug tested, no contact with the outside world, no money, no smokes. So it was, for me, it was just, well, here it is, it's starting. My first thought when I was driving up was, I think I said to Steph, there's no chance of me running back to your house from here, it's a bit far out in the bush. So I think that was that first part, but once I got down, I'm a pretty, people always thought I was off my guts for the first couple of weeks, but for me it was, I lean into nervousness with energy. I chat a lot, so that's my way of getting rid of nervous energy. So as far as I was concerned, I fit in really well, and the first 2 to 3 weeks for me was the easiest. Not the easiest of the whole journey, but the easiest of the transition part. Because I go in with so much energy and so much hype, it wasn't until the 3rd week where I've gone, all right, I ran out of smokes actually, and I've gone, okay, so how do I get smokes? I was whinging to my caseworker Mitch about it, saying, man, I can't do this. He's like, yeah, you can, and I was, so Steph and Andrew ended up sending me in a pouch. So once I got my smokes in and that, it was just, the rest of it was not easy sailing, but it was time to start working on myself and finding out the real me. Some of the biggest challenge I faced personally, my first one was trying to build that connection back with family without being able to be out there and have that connection, which if I was still out there, I wouldn't have been able to build that connection. So it was just having the patience, waiting to get on the phone and speak to my mum, my dad, and start building that sort of that relationship back up again with them. And sort of missing my daughter. I hadn't seen my daughter for 2 years since I come in here, and then having to deal with the fact that another 12 months away from her was going to be hard, because even though I was living the way I still was mentally, I guess, trying to. I wasn't physically trying to get back down there, but mentally I still was, you know, trying to get down there, but I just wasn't doing the right things to do it. The other challenges I was dealing with have been in here officially. The other challenges was sort of growing up atheist. Finding God was a challenge for me at first. But I pretty much just went with the if you live by God's ways and pretty much what the book tells you, you know, I think it's the five fruits. You live by those rules, man, and life's just going to be so much easier. Like you know, it's better than living the way I was living and the people that I used to look up to. I guess the ways of that world, you know. Women, money, drugs, it just isn't a life for anyone. So that were the challenges. I guess too, I've for the last 10, 15 years, without the help financially and the conversations I have with family and that, but I've sort of I isolate myself. I deal with things by myself. I didn't think that I needed people around me to talk to and to help me out with it. I just figured, like, you know, it's my problem. I deal with it. So that was another challenge, to let people into my life. And, you know, like, here you can't even lie down in your bed and have a read without someone coming in and asking you if you're all right, or, you know, telling you that you're isolating and, you know, come and have a yarn. So I think that was a challenge for me, but it's something that's grown me into the person that I'm becoming, and probably the person that not probably, but yeah, the person that God created me to be. So
180TC for the last 4 months.
For me, the biggest highlights would be just the friendships you earn here. You know, not earn, but friendships that you gain here. Just having a community, man. That just we're all here for the same thing. You know, we're fathers. We've got mothers and dads, and we've got brothers and sisters, and we've heard a lot of people. So just having the boys around you, man, has just been great. You know, like I say to anyone, if you can survive a game of volleyball at 180TC, you can do the 12 months. So the moment for me would be getting asked to do my testimony in front of 240 people at a golf game. That would probably be one of my, you know, man, I never would have stood up in front of people. I would have said, yeah, I'll do that. But, you know, telling my story, as far as I'm concerned, I always thought, you know, I grew up with a lot of I guess I'll say the word, criminals, man. Like, you know, like people that, as far as I was concerned, had bigger stories than me. So, you know, I done my testimony down in front of the schoolboys and that. I think it was Nepean High. I think they come out, and one of the lads that's here, you know, or a couple of them actually come up and gave me a handshake and said that they appreciated my story and that. So I think, yeah, just stepping out of my comfort zone and learning to stand up in front of people and have a bit of a chin wag. Yeah, it's really made my growth. You know, the feedback I get from it is good growth. I guess especially, you know, I haven't been asked to hop up and do a sermon yet, but I guess one day I might have a crack at doing that as well. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying hopping up and having a say, and knowing that the staff are backing me to do it. So it's a good highlight for me, that one.
One more question while we break.
Yep.
What has 180TC taught you about yourself, Stephen, that you had no idea about before you come into the program?
I don't think it's something, what they've taught me, 180. I don't think it's something that I didn't know about myself before coming in here. I think I tapped into it in a few parts of this. I think I just hid away from it. You know, I just, you know, a little bit like I'm learning in one of Ray's class about ADHD. You know, like we get overwhelmed with things that we don't categorise it and sort it out where it needs to be sorted out. We just get overwhelmed. So I used to hide it, you know, behind the alcohol and behind the weed. But for me, it's leadership. Like, it taught me leadership. It taught me that I've got a voice. It taught me that I'm worth something, and I am someone. Where previously in the past, if you weren't handing drugs out to someone, or if you weren't involved in what they were involved in, as far as people were concerned, you know, they didn't really want anything to do with you. So I never really saw myself. You know, I sort of hid that what I saw in myself. Like, that life wasn't really for me, because it used, you know, that sort of life used to scare me. So I think coming in here, I really learnt that I'm a valued part of community, of society, and I've got something to give back to society now, especially having lived experience and the past I've had. You know, I can pass that on to the younger generations now, I guess, and hopefully direct some people in not taking the path that I did all the way to 40 years of age. You know, I wish I grabbed it earlier, but I think God's led me down that path, that extra 10, 15 years to really give me that proper teachings to pass it on. So, yeah.